We might as well start this thing.
All right. I think just hang on. Just give me a.
As from now on a commie, and you a fucking commie. Don't like that. Give me a notice and fuck off.
I think it's the right one.
What's it got here? Beer farm.
It's the old boy.
I am shitting myself.
Hey. It's DJ Lachie on the fucking Monday.
Man. I get it. That's why you're sitting there. You got the buttons close.
Fuck, I reckon you were probably right. After this episode, probably take the buttons away from it. See how we go. I like this one too. Hang on.
Beer farm.
Oh, that one's loud.
Beer farm.
That's the old
That's
boy.
the best
Yeah. It's crazy, eh?
That's fantastic.
I like them. Anyway.
I am shitting myself.
Yeah.
Fucking funny as fuck.
There was another one in here because you pressed them. Which one?
That one.
Commie. Now fuck off.
And this is a good one.
As from now on a commie, and you a fucking commie. Don't like that. Give me a notice and fuck off.
I don't know what that does. Anyway.
And you got, but
there's 3 soundboards, eh?
you surprised me because you did such a happy intro song.
Yeah.
I thought you would have done like some kind of death metal thing.
But I liked that it was happy. And that's like copyright, whatever, like non-copyright, generic. You probably heard it on every podcast. And then he just goes, fuck off. Yeah.
That's so funny, dude. I was laughing so hard during the week when you sent me those videos.
Yeah. That was like surprise. Once you start fucking around with it, it's so easy to do. Like, I just put my phone on Bluetooth and then just looked up drops and
We get the technical. I got some stuff for you.
fuck yeah.
This.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's for you.
It's a mini
A little
fridge.
sticker. I know you've got like a better sticker and then
That's all right.
merch
Fuck yeah.
to start the day.
merch. That's cool.
There's none left. They're all gone.
That's it. There's
I got
one-offs.
this. This is it.
Yeah. So if you get passes all down the front of it or something,
It's over.
you're just gonna have to rock it.
And I'm that kind of guy. Like, as soon as I get something new, I lose it or it breaks. Like, I'll buy a new T-shirt and then I'll, for some reason, do gardening in the afternoon and get manure on it. Like, I'm that kind of guy.
Wicked.
I went for a walk the other day. Like, I bought a beanie
Yeah.
for, like, the first time in my life. Went for a walk with my girlfriend the other day. Lost it.
What, you lost your beanie?
Yeah.
How?
Gone. I don't know.
How do you lose a beanie?
I took it off, put it in my pocket. Gone.
Yeah.
I've lost so many beanies. There's like 30 floating out there.
I don't remember ever buying a beanie.
Yeah.
I've definitely, it's because of what my wife does. Her job is like outdoor equipment and apparel and backpacks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've always just had that around.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So it's like
We've got a clothing store.
no
at home.
beanie problems in our house, yeah.
No, I went actually bought.
Beanies, backpacks and fucking tents. We're
Like,
good.
if you see me wear something, I usually just wear it until it's done. And I think that's out of habit.
Yeah, I'm the same. I get holes and everything and
I'll just keep wearing it until
Yeah.
it's done, and then I'll buy a new jumper and I'll wear that till it's done. Because if I buy myself nice things, they're gone. Someone stole my shoes the other day. I'm back to these guys. Look at this.
you're rocking them though. That's it's like which toe is coming out furthest.
I was running. I went to. Someone stole my running shoes. I went for a run, and then I was like,
Fuck, who steals a person's shoes? That's so low.
dude.
Dude, that's so low. Like,
that
I'm passionate about a shoe thief. Fuck.
Isn't it? It's so
You
interesting.
got me on that one.
So I had TNs.
What the fuck? Go on.
I had TNs.
listening.
I bought them because I didn't know what TNs were. I didn't know they were. they were
No,
an
I had a
issue.
drop for that, but I don't know which button it is.
You're gonna have to
Hang on,
figure it
I'll
out.
just do that one.
Go on then, you pompous fuck.
Yeah.
I had these fucking TNs. I didn't know that they were Eshe shoes.
Oh, okay, that's the sort of person that's.
But I've had them for a year, and they were at my front door. And me and the kid went playing soccer.
Yeah.
Still got grass and all kinds of crap on them. I come out of the front door, gone. Someone stole my shoes
Straight off the
porch.
front door. Fuck.
What do you reckon happened?
Well, I mean, there's got to be either a dollar value to that, or they're the shoes, like you said, they're the hip shoes for fucking scummy Eshes.
But it's got to be opportunity, right? Like someone's not just like,
Oh, I don't think anyone followed you home like the CIA. They're not. I don't think they're that smart. I mean, they wear bum bags over their shoulder. They're not that smart.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I I want one. I do want a bum bag.
over your shoulder.
I would.
I'll get you one.
I want a bum bag.
Okay. What would you put in the bum bag?
My stuff.
Yeah, but it'd be like, okay.
Because I'm not a mass
like wallet and just
wallet, phone,
wallet, keys, everything.
drugs, all of it.
Yeah.
Beer. I'll put 1 can of beer in there. Beer farm, preferably.
Beer farm.
Nailed it. Fuck, you see my head go, fuck, which button is it? Beer.
Beer farm.
Fuck, he's got such a nice voice as well. He's got a radio voice.
I've lived my entire life scared of getting a bum bag, putting wallets and stuff in pockets and shifting things around. I like a jacket because I can put it in like the inside pocket and up here and there.
Right.
When really what I actually want is just a bum bag the whole time.
Yeah, I'm the opposite though. I used to have, obviously, early 90s, I had a bum bag. And I had a bum bag in the US. I went to school in the US in Chicago, and between Chicago and LA. And then I had a bum bag, and it was a pink, purple, and like neon green one, like full 90s. I don't know what brand it was. Oh, LA Gear.
How old were you?
Oh, I was 7.
7?
7
With a bum bag?
and
Ugh.
pumps, Reebok pumps,
Really?
and Jordans. Yeah, it's getting
guys-
mugged. Dude, I got my shoes stolen. Yeah.
All right, so that's why you're passionate about it. It's trauma. It's trauma related.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, Reebok
You have to
pumps.
be that size. Yeah, Reebok pumps.
I
I was
gotta-
asking for walking to school in
Mm.
Chicago with Reebok pumps on.
I've got them in my act.
Like
I was such a fan of them.
yeah. They were
Did you used to before school?
people would fuck with you, eh? They'd just pump them up, and I like the levels.
Mm.
So I'd let them out. So someone pump one side up, I just, not that it even mattered, but I just let them all the way down and go,
Yeah.
and just like 6 or 7
Remind
pumps.
me of what it was though. Like the air went into the tongue.
Yeah, so you pump the tongue, but there was also the bit at the side. You could let the air all the way out. And then after a while, you kind of felt like it wasn't working. Like obviously you probably just walked it out or something. And then the air would go through the sole, like a hexagonic sort of sole.
The air would go through the sole of
Yeah,
the shoe.
yeah.
So the whole shoe's pumping up.
Yeah, like Air Max, but you're pumping it up.
Were you? I
Yeah.
thought it was just the tongue.
Nah.
Wicked.
Yeah.
So you're like, you don't want the air in it just for day to day, but then you want to Reebok Air Max it.
I just think it's a full gimmick.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just.
And then also, I don't know if it was doing it, but in your mind, it felt different.
Mm.
So, and then even, I actually think that's hilarious. And I've thought about this before, that you had tricked me into thinking it, and I still don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I still like pumps.
You placeboed me into it,
Yeah.
but I feel great.
And that was like Shaq and Penny, fucking Magic, Shazam, all that sort of
How
shit.
good were they?
Yeah, black tops, that's what they wear, black top ones, the same ones.
How
blue
good
and-
were they, man?
Yeah.
When Reebok had its moment, long
Yeah.
gone. There was like a sneaker movie recently, you know, like the Air Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch it?
Air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watched that
Yeah.
shit? Take you back?
Yeah, I liked it.
Mm.
Yeah, I had every Air Jordan up until 8 or 9.
You guys were balling.
Yeah, dude. Those were my old man. But also the price of sneakers in the US, because he would just travel to the US. So that's why I was traveling around and going to different schools. But he would get them for cheap. I mean, as opposed to Australian, there would be like $400.
Mm.
But you would literally get them for like, I don't know, $80.
Dude, and you were in Chicago in the 90s?
Yeah, early 90s.
Oh, my
Full
God.
gang wars. They would tell you
I
what,
was, all I was thinking about was Michael Jordan.
yeah, but that was it. So like 91 to 93,
Mm.
it was like prime Michael Jordan.
I was such a fan.
Before anything happened, before he left, before anything, it's just like, this is it.
Yeah. I frothed basketball so hard, ages 1 to 7.
Yep.
I lived on a farm, on a sheep farm.
Yeah.
And my dad built me a basketball ring. I frothed it so hard.
Fuck yeah.
And it was
I
like,
think everyone did.
and it was like brick. He put bricks down.
Yeah.
If that's how I remember it. He might say it's different. I
Okay.
would shoot for like 8 hours a day.
Same.
Legitimate. And I
When
was
I
like,
was when I was at Australia.
I was doing sky hooks in grade 3
yeah.
and nailing it.
Yeah.
Not all the time. I'm not saying I was amazing. I was good.
Yeah. I got the corner jumper, the crossover corner jumper, all Michael Jordan moves.
Mm.
And then I got the launch yourself under the rim, change hands.
Yeah.
Obviously, no defense is around me 'cause I'm But like I would end up on the grass, and
Yeah.
then
I just imagine like what we thought it looked like compared to what it looked like when we were 7 years old.
I was very conscious of my neighbours maybe watching me do it, and I didn't give a fuck. It would have looked so weird. Yeah. But I nailed that corner jumper to the point where I can still get it now. It's the same move. It's like muscle memory. Just every time. I go to the park all the time.
Do you? I've still got it.
Yep.
When I go like time zone or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Once you got it,
straight,
jump, jump, jump.
straight to the basketball bit.
Yep.
And just on the wrist.
That's all it is. But you can get the double now because we got adult hands. So now you can just pick the ball up. I've got the double.
Yeah.
You're just winning tickets for nothing.
I mean,
Yeah.
not bragging.
you can get the Beanie Babies now.
Oh my,
faster.
what a rip, dude.
I
I was
know.
like, I must have spent like $100 over, like me and Taj just go sometimes.
Time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to hang when we got to
Yeah,
between
fucking awesome
him
place.
and his mums and whatever. It would be awesome if it wasn't so fucking expensive.
I'll hook you up and don't go to Time Zone. Go to places like Palace Arcade, and the other one that is cool is doesn't matter. It's in Northbridge anyway.
As from now on a commie, and you a fucking comic.
Fucking-
Don't like that. Give me a notice and fuck off.
What's this one?
I am shitting myself.
yeah. The other one, hang on a sec. This one, I'm like, oh, wait. This one's cool. Like you just, that what we needed there when I had that absolute stroke was just a. It just faded out.
I do want, and
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I'm gonna get Marco Pierre White's on there.
We need a perfect 8 because you can only get the 8
Pipperade.
without fucking around
Ah,
because you got 3 sets of
Pipperade.
yeah.
It's the Pipperade.
It's the pipperade.
Dude, I was even cutting.
Pipperade is wet.
I was
I wanted
cutting
to
those
say that.
videos, and I was just fucking laughing at that shit.
Yeah.
He's just a because now I'm obsessed with it, so I'm on YouTube all the time. He's such a nonce.
Yeah, but also you would get thrown all of the videos now.
I'm just
Now
Marco.
your algorithm is just
Marco Pierre White.
Yeah.
That's all day.
Yeah.
And he was just such a legend, and now he's like such a nonce.
So speaking of YouTube algorithms and nothing about hospitality, so I was watching something on the TV on YouTube. Can't remember. It was like a comedy podcast. It would be something. I was just chilling at night, and then I nodded off, and I woke up to a full Hitler documentary. And then when I went to my watch videos list, like, how did I end up here? Like, because it's not something that I don't search these things. I don't search, And then it started, I'd been asleep and I'd watched 12 20-minute episodes of like Hitler World War II documentary. They just went, all right, he's into this.
Now you're
And
fucked.
Now I'm so fucked because I'll search, I like Your Mum's House podcast. So I'll just put it on. The next one will come up and be like, Hitler's Bodyguard, The Secrets. You're like, no, I don't want to. But also, I'm kind of into it. Like,
Yeah, I'm starting to get more into it. The more I hang out here,
yeah.
the more I get.
I found some awesome titled books. I can kind of see them over there. Well, full disclosure, this room is at my dad's house, and he is and like all dads, he is an avid World War II fan.
Yeah.
Because he was
Oh.
with that one up there. It says Wall Street and the Rise of Hitler.
Yeah, but what we found out
War on Gold.
as we were
And
setting this
that's
up,
Hitler. You can see the anyway.
he was just more interested in the German side of things.
He
He wasn't an advocate, but what he was saying is he was interested in their
yeah.
point of view.
Yeah, and how they got there, and the industry behind it, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, which
It's just fascinating.
I think is fair.
Yeah,
Like, again, not advocating any of that kind of stuff, but why not like investigate
yeah,
everything?
yeah.
You know,
I'm into all of that as well.
because I don't want to get into a conspiracy theory or anything, but sometimes I do.
Yeah,
But like, in 9/11, where like there's no questions to be asked because it was so staunchly told to you what happened
yeah,
that everyone now just repeats what happened.
yeah,
So like maybe in World War II, you're not allowed to say anything because it's so horrific.
Yeah.
But maybe there was like more stuff to it, like the Wall Street stuff, or like
Yeah.
there was trading before World War II happened, as there's trading on the markets before 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
Do you know that in 9/11, do you remember that they found one of the pilot's passports on the ground?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Isn't that the dumbest thing you've ever heard in your life?
And
And it's
plane
like-
tickets.
He did it. But it was like, that would be next to his body
Right.
at the front end of a plane that went into a building and then blew up.
Yeah, you'd assume it's all incinerated.
Well, he was. How
Yeah.
would his passport survive?
Oh, I get what you're saying. It's on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also like
Where would it have
there's
been?
like pristine. Yeah. Anyway.
In his bag. The
Yeah.
whole building fell down. How did his passport float
I
to the
don't know.
ground?
Don't know.
And it had a singed edge, like someone had done, like, you know when you did paper burning when you were a
You
kid?
fucked up all those freaking fly points. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Could you pass them on to your spouse?
No, not if you're a Muslim.
Right. Back to the books. I vividly remember 9/11, and I was in Australia because we had our last music. I went to a music scholarship school, and we had a last performance at the Perth Concert Hall. And at the back, there's just screens everywhere, so they so you can see what's going on stage. You know when you're going to be up next and all that sort of shit. And they just switched to fucking not planes. This building burning.
Why would they do that? In the middle of a concert?
No, not on the. This is the green room.
Yeah, in the monitors.
Yeah. They just switched it. I don't know.
Just going to ruin those kids' performance? Couldn't have waited.
Yeah, but this is kind of at the end of it. Like there was definitely people on stage, I remember, but
Crying.
nothing to do with me.
Just crying.
No, but like, I guess so. I don't know. No one gave a absolute fuck about it. It was just like, and my dad was there, and he said, he goes, it must be a light. He honestly said it must be a light plane because they don't fly over New York because he flew to endless for, like I said before, for his business to fly endlessly from the US all around the US. He's like, must be a light plane. That sucks. You know, like that's a unfortunate sort of thing. And how are they going to put out the fire? So he was more interested in like the how are they going to put out this fucking fire? Because it's like
he engineered what was going on.
yeah, and he was like, that sucks.
There's no way it was a big plane because of these flight patterns.
Yeah.
If it is a small plane,
Yeah.
well, they're going to be able to
Yeah,
get that
and
fire
it was
out
like,
in
well,
some
he
way.
must have had a stroke, or he must, the pilot just an accident.
Yep.
Because or a helicopter. That's what, it's anything around that's allowed to fly or that has that. Just whatever. He was like, and he went into it. Obviously, I didn't give a care, but I remember now what he was saying.
Yeah.
It's like the airport's there. Why is it flying there? That
I
sort of
was
shit.
in high school in bed.
But then we saw the second plane fly
I did too.
in real time, and just went, what the? And that's when my dad went, oh, they're just deliberate.
Yeah.
And he went, what the fuck?
I came
Yeah.
down. My mum woke me up. She's like, "You better come see this." And I was like, "Ugh." I was not a very good waker upper in high
You
school.
on the East Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this would have been late. Well, I mean, obviously later than
7:30.
Wait.
7:30 maybe.
because it was after our concert, so we would have been. I don't know. Anyway, 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
Well,
something.
maybe I got
our
it the next
time?
day.
No, I'm not discounting you. I'm just
I
trying
don't-
to
yeah.
think of. It would have been roughly the same time.
I know now at 37
Evening.
years old that my memory is all fabricated
Yeah.
because that's what memory is. So I'm okay if I misremember entire chunks.
No, that's
of
cool.
my
I'm trying to
life.
figure out when it was. But I remember because it was just the evening,
Yeah.
sometime in the evening. Yeah,
Yeah. I just came home and like leaned.
Australian time.
I came down the stairs and leaned out from the wall, and the TV's like right in the corner.
Yeah.
And I just saw one building on fire, and then there's the second one just go doof.
Damn it, wrong soundboard. I was gonna go doom doom doom. Is it that moment?
This podcast's gotten off to a flyer.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
just got to let it loose.
yeah.
You got to get in.
I like it. I don't even think in the I mean, this is at this point. This is unofficially podcast like number 14 or something. But what do we like? Let's just say it's number 2 or 1. Like, who
Yeah.
gives a shit? That's what I like about it. It's a fuck.
Yes.
But also, I like that we've never introduced ourselves.
Yes.
We've never given why are these people talking about hospo? Are they ex-hospo workers? Are they? You know what I mean? I love it. I love it.
My girlfriend brought it up. Kerry Ann mentioned it because she's like a marketer and a really
Yeah, so you're gonna
smart
say what the
person.
fuck you're doing? Yes. Yeah.
And she was like, you have to do this and this and this and
Yeah,
this. And I was
yeah.
like, nah.
But also, we just sat down and chatted. I actually have here, like a little sort of rough. These are cool things we were talked about in the past that would be funny to like talk about, or cool stories, and we haven't got to any of them. And I've just looked at it and went, you know what I thought? Is it? Oh, my phone's on. The battery will go flat. I didn't think like let's get on track.
Yeah, your face said to me, was like, hey, I've done a lot of preparation and you're talking about 9/11.
No, I was thinking about where I was, what time it was. Yeah, I was like, and we were talking to my dad, and he was just like, yeah, he was like, nah, it's an accident, it's okay.
Yeah, I think
I remember none of the kids giving a fuck. They were just like something on TV with a burning building.
Three quarters of like QAnon and conspiracy theorists would have to be hospitality workers.
Yeah,
Well,
what
like
else are you gonna do?
like when I came out of the industry, it was hard for me to. You go whenever you go from kitchen to kitchen, it's the same people, but they're different.
Yeah,
It's the same person, different. Same kind of commie chefs,
yeah,
same kind of people.
yeah.
Like
You
we're
got
talking about
four
same,
different people, but they're the same person you've worked
Yeah.
with for the whole. Yeah,
same heroin
exactly.
addict sous chef who doesn't want.
Instead of Mark, it's Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same head chef
100%.
trying too hard.
Yep.
Or a head chef that like doesn't want to be the head chef.
Yeah,
But needs the money.
yeah, and
they're
told
in
you he
shit.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Straight up tells you,
Just
I didn't
stay
really
out
want
of
this job.
My
but
way as much as possible.
yeah, and I get the Thursday to do admin.
Yeah.
And I get, which is my 3 o'clock finish, which ends up being 6 o'clock.
Yeah. But they're all outside people. We're all outside people, which are conspiracy theorists.
Yeah,
Like you walk into a kitchen, you walk into the kitchen on 9/11, 5 of those 7 people are like, inside job.
yeah. Or they're like,
Absolutely.
yeah, but that's the whole day discussion about shit you know nothing about, and everyone's claiming it as fact. What they
Yeah.
are saying is fact.
Yeah.
You're like, how could you say that?
Yeah.
How could you possibly say that?
But they have so much, dude. I love those conspiracy theorists that have all of that information, like the melting temperature of steel,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Still
the air
beans.
quality,
Yeah.
the timing of a fall in a demolition.
Yeah,
Like it's day one of this thing happening, and you've got facts just doof doof doof.
yeah.
I respect that.
The thing I remember most about that as well was like the few days after was every day they were like, what does it look like where you are? All the reporters, what does it look like where you are? Just absolute shit show. There's dust everywhere. We're dying. And then they could see the next person up the street, and the guy goes, we're just throwing it to fucking dickhead with another camera. And that he goes, it's okay here. There's a window damaged here. You know, that sort of stuff. And you're like,
Did you know
that was all day. It was the first time I
Yeah.
personally saw that 24-hour news cycle.
Hmm.
Even it was kind of like that when I was when I was a kid there, but I didn't give a fuck. And they had loads of other channels. You just go on Nickelodeon or whatever.
Oh, they had 24-hour news cycles.
Kind of. Like, I mean, it was on. You had the cable TVs. You had like CNN and
Yeah. That would have been
ABC.
Yeah, that was like a
Early
new
90s.
phenomenon that they brought up. And then
But I don't think anyone really watched it. It was just because they had a cable channel. What else are you going to put on?
yeah.
That's
But then I think that's what started this whole media news thing where they're like, shit, we've got to fill 24 hours. What are people going to watch? And that's when it moved away from being
and
news.
also, we want you to go away from the channel, right?
Like, because if you think about it, the news originally was from 6 to 6:30, here's what happened in the day. They didn't care. You're going to watch because you're going to watch what's going to happen in the day.
Yeah.
But if it's 24 hours, how do we keep these people watching? We're not going to repeat the same half an hour shit. We need to start making stuff up.
Yeah.
We need to start making this entertaining.
Yeah. We have no news. We have to make the news.
And then now that I feel like that's what we're in.
Yeah.
It's like so ridiculous, you know?
So we've done 9/11. We've
Yeah.
done.
Could we stay on it for a second? Because do you remember there was a lady?
I
Do you
was
remember?
just thinking maybe we should talk about flat Earth as we go.
I'll give you a crack.
Yeah, go on.
Do you remember that there was a news anchor lady who reported that the towers went down before the towers went down?
Nah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like half an hour before it
So
happened.
this is pretty funny.
And she broadcast live, and it was like the towers have gone down, and it's still half an hour before they went down.
Yeah. Okay. What? Right.
That's the kind of world we live in.
Yeah.
Do you know what really fucked with me?
The 9 and the 11 thing came out real quick after that. I remember.
What was that?
So everything added up to 9 or 11. So like,
What if the 11's the two towers? I just made that up on mine.
that's what one of them was.
Yeah.
So 11, yeah. So 1 and 1. I can't remember any of this shit, but that was one of the ones that came out soon after.
Do
Was
you know the
just
first one
everything
that
added up
probably
to
came
9.
out?
The number of the plane added up to 9. The
Oh,
bloody
no.
the number of the people on the plane was like fucking
That's American.
11, 9 or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean?
That's American Satanism.
Yeah.
That's what they do. I've never been to America. My best mate, touring mate.
I put him in the door this week, so you can just go.
Yeah.
Do you want another one?
Yeah.
No.
I know a bit about it, and I talk to my mate who's in America a lot.
I get the levels right on all this shit, eh?
Be a farm.
All right. You
I
talk-
didn't. Everyone realizes that Americans are religious. I don't think we realize how religious. You need that on there,
I know we got to get one. I'm listening.
and they're so
until
religious.
you're there,
Mm.
it runs the whole place. It's
And-
very obvious when you're there.
Satanism is this whole numerical thing. I guess
Mm.
even religion's a whole numerical thing. John 7:16 and numbers and maths and stuff. So
I think even if you are, say you're an Australian, it's Australian from Perth, and you you tell people you are Catholic, right? Even if you went to the States, you would be shocked still. Be like, shit, these are Catholics, not like,
they're still
like,
like,
fuck, I'm not a Catholic at all.
they're still invested.
Yeah, they're like, you're a church. I mean, like, yeah, like, what's it called? Easter and Christmas, I go to church. Yeah, but these guys, nah, well, you come to church. You come to church on Tuesday and Sunday, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
It freaks me out, religion.
So many churches. If you drive through, often we would drive all the way through. It's a pretty cool drive from like LA down to San Diego, and then you go all the way through the southern states. If you stay off the highway and just take the state highways, the local highways, not the state highway, you go through all the towns, same direction, they follow the same path, but you go through all the towns. There is so many fucking churches, so many churches. Like you'll be like town, church, and then you're out of the town.
Grocery
Where were
store.
the people? Oh, there's Piggly Wigglies,
There's one grocery store, 7 churches.
dollar stores. Yeah, in between that.
Yeah, it's because
And-
everyone wants to be a preacher.
Also, all the churches they're pristine.
Are they?
The grasses are, even in the shittiest towns.
Really?
And then it's like dollar store. Like I said, Piggly Wiggly is the same shit.
I don't know what a Piggly Wiggly is.
Piggly Wiggly is like a combination. This is kind of not what it is, but it's easy to explain. It's like a $2 shop with groceries. So it's like the cheapest. You can buy kind of anything there, but they're smaller shops and like a Walmart. But they're all, I think they're only in the southern states. I didn't see any outside of that.
I'm so fascinated with America. Did you like it? You enjoy it?
Yeah, but it's also, I grew up there for for probably 3 or 4 years. When I was a kid, so it was kind of made sense more than maybe.
Does it make
Wasn't
sense?
much of a culture
Does it make
shock.
sense now?
No, never.
No?
No, but I understand it. Like, I understand it's different, obviously. But, like, Perth is an awesome place to come back to. It's fucking relaxed as shit. So boring sometimes.
Perth is so boring,
Yeah.
but it's so easy.
But when you're traveling, it's great to come back here. Thank fuck.
Yeah.
You just go, you can
yeah.
just relax and just breathe out.
Yeah, I'm already set. Like, I want to tour, 4, 5, 6 months of the year. I'd love to, on and off, and come back here.
Yeah.
But now I'm here too much.
Yeah.
But I also love
That's
it
the other thing.
because I'm Melbourne born, I
Yeah.
guess. Well, country Victoria, but
Mhm.
Melbourne for a long time. To see a place where there's a city and I can ride my bike without a helmet and the police don't pick me up
Yeah.
and I can do whatever the fuck I want
Yeah.
with no shoes on
100%.
and the traffic is 10 minutes
Yeah.
no matter where I go. I was pissed today because I'm 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
Is the blessing.
I BYO every place I go. Like, I've cheersed a bike cop at a place you can't drink at. Like, it's, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating this because I don't want everyone to do it because then I won't be able to do it. I want me to be the only guy doing it. But you are right. That's what it is. They're just like, oh. Also, we are pretty privileged looking people. Like I understand. That.
I don't think they care about Aboriginals with bike helmets either.
Yeah, but if an Aboriginal was drinking at the same table as me, there would be something going.
Drinking's
I'm talking
different.
drinking.
Yeah. But you're behaving yourself.
No, just no. I'm cheersing a cop. I'm inviting him to find me.
Dude,
You
it
know?
is such
It's $100. I know it's $120 for street.
Yeah.
Or is it street drinking?
Jokes aside, it is privilege. Totally.
Yeah, of course.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's just such an easy place. Like, I can see how people get stuck here because it's too easy.
Yep.
You know? And I don't, like, Melbourne has so much more of what I need as a comedian. And I'm going there in a couple of weeks, which is great.
Yeah.
But I can't bring myself to move back there long term because it's just too hard
Yeah.
to get around, to
Yep.
pay for shit.
Yeah. There's tolls. There's fucking dickheads.
The weather.
Too many idiots.
It's so
Well,
ridiculous.
it's not too many idiots. It's just more people. Therefore,
more
there
people.
are too many idiots.
But then the people here, it is just Australians here, like bogan Australian people, like
Right.
real normal, which sucks because it's like a cardboard cutout. There's no
Yeah, everyone's the same.
diversity or interesting shit going on.
Yep. Very slow moving.
But also, you know what you get. You walk into a pub, everyone's got the same attitude.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if you know this by now, but like people aren't in a rush in this fucking place. They're
No.
cruising.
They kind of pretend they are, though. That's kind of annoys me.
But
Like when
they-
they're driving, they pretend, you're like,
Swerving in and out of no traffic.
yeah, yeah. Obviously merging, but that's just an age-old fucking thing about that.
Yeah. That's every comic has got that joke, but it's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, that's why it kind of you get chuckles because you will get like a 40% chuckle because it's like it is true. Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, merge.
Yeah, but why? What happened?
I don't know.
Do you know what they do? They don't go to the front of the queue and zip her in.
Yeah,
They go, oh no, there's a merge coming up, and they go
They got
fucking
it.
sideways,
yeah.
and then everyone else banks up behind them, and
Or-
then now everyone's choosing which.
Or they can't possibly get to the red light one car behind the other car. You know what I mean? Like you have to like fucking gun it,
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, so you got to the red light
yeah,
a fraction of a second before me.
That's the eastern suburbs.
You're like, fuck, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's those fucks.
They try and mow you down, and then like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Merge like a zip.
When I first saw Fremantle, I was 21 years old. I came over here for 2 weeks, and I was like, I hadn't been anywhere by then, but I was just about to go traveling for 10 years, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
But, and I was like, this place is good. I
Frio.
like this.
Fuck, it's good, eh?
And that was at 21. I had my British girlfriend. We came over for a week to see my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went to Fremantle for a day, and I was like, this place is good. And I held on to that for 10 years, saw the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And then I was like, maybe Fremantle's the spot.
Frio's the bomb. It's far from me, which is not that far, like 40 minutes. But like, yeah, if I could, it's just we've always been northern. The jobs have been north, and as in north of the river.
Yeah.
And then the city, worked in the city.
Yeah.
But Frio's cool.
Freo's good.
Yeah, so every fortnight I go see my nana. When I was a kid, every fortnight I go down to Frio. So it's kind of a Frio thing. Feels nostalgic as well for me. So even when I got like Bicton, she lived in, but it's just there. We go to the markets, that sort of shit every fortnight. So that's what it feels even better, like that. It's just a thing you used to do as a kid, and you always loved it. There was cool people around, and yeah.
I remember when I first moved
The
over
food scene
here.
in Frio is crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, it's good. There's some good food there.
Yeah.
Got to get Kenny on 2 weeks.
Fuck yeah.
Manuka has got to be one of the best restaurants in Perth.
Yeah, and people say that no, but it's kind of still under the radar, which is weird as fuck for me. I think maybe that's just a simple PR.
Yeah,
Why
but
the fuck?
do you know
Who
what I think
cares?
it is? I reckon he hasn't got that many seats in the restaurant, so he's
Yeah, totally.
filling out 55 seats a night.
No, I don't mean that no one goes there. I just mean that's why people don't talk about it, and who gives a shit if they don't?
Yeah,
To be honest,
no, but what I'm saying is like because it's not 150, he'd fill 150 seats a night,
you'd have to turn the tables over there.
and then people would be impressed.
Yeah.
But he's doing 50 covers.
yeah,
And so it's like a nice little
That's what
chugging
that's what
restaurant.
everything used to be. Like, it used to be 45 covers, do it well, barely turn over the table.
Yeah,
Everyone paid, and you were full every night.
Yeah. So the most hilarious part of it is I was the pizza chef of the previous restaurant before he took
I
over.
remember you saying that, yeah.
And the way I got that job was through a friend of another friend. I was a bum 10 years ago when I first moved here. Didn't want to do anything. I definitely didn't want to be a chef.
Fuck yeah.
I definitely didn't want to do hospitality.
Yeah.
And I got this call up for this pizza joint. And I just remember going down to the front of that pizza restaurant, which is now Manuka,
Yep.
and talking with the owner. And he was basically like, look, so this place is going to close, but we just need 6 months. Roll it out quietly. You hold on to it. Your resume is fantastic. I had like fine dining.
Yeah,
I had 10
yeah.
years of fine dining. Everything's good. Just hold on to it. Keep it sweet.
Yeah.
Let's get through this. You're the guy for the job. And I said, I'll take it.
Fuck. I bet you gave off. Did you reckon he gave off a vibe that you didn't want to cook? Or
Yeah.
are you like into it?
No, it was the
You
vibe of like, I don't want this,
Yeah, yeah.
which you've got.
Yeah.
Whenever
100%.
you walk into anything, you're
Yeah.
like, I don't want this.
Yeah. I don't want this. Yeah.
And then also just the
Yeah.
fact that like my resume was like impeccable.
Yeah.
And he was like, if I can catch this guy, and I was a dude as well, if I
Yeah.
can catch this guy and he can help me shut this restaurant down.
Yeah. And there's a final date.
And I'm
Yeah.
friends with him still, and actually friends with like heaps of the people that were there.
Yeah.
And immediately I fired the co-owner's son
Fuck yeah.
within 3 days.
What a power move.
Yeah.
What
It
did he do?
He rocked up late 3 days in a row.
There you
Yeah.
go.
But not by minutes, by hours.
Is that because obviously
That's how they'd been running the
Yes.
place.
that's why they're closing in 6 months' time. Yeah.
And I
T minus 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was called Box Pizza, and it's like a little Fremantle thing.
Yep.
And they had another oven at like the arts centre, and that would do pizzas on Sundays, and they were fucking good pizzas.
Yeah.
We were rocking the best pizzas, but it was just on a slow decline because the co-owners weren't very good at business,
Right.
and they could have fixed it up or whatever, but it was never going to work out. So we ended up just like drinking, doing drugs,
Yeah.
cooking pizzas, and having the best 6 months of our life.
Sounds alright though.
It was wicked.
If you lived in that area, it's cool.
Yeah, and a lot went on. Like, you know, people wouldn't come in, and it was like what Anthony Bourdain always said. Like, as soon as that stench of like a place losing its buzz,
Yeah.
then it was just over,
Yeah.
and then you just had 2 or 3 years or whatever it was until that place closed. Do
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then so when it closed, I was like, "There's no way anything's going to be successful here."
Yeah.
It's a dead end spot in town. Like, it was a brutal, violent spot in Fremantle. It was the most violent little corner of Frio.
It you still get that vibe when you go down it. Even like I've never can't remember the last time I was down there during at night during the evening. But
Didn't this was like it's not gonna blow.
I thought you were double gunning us. I said, "I'll give him another beer." Yeah. But you get that vibe anyway. It's just street folk. Yeah.
And they're trying to
Homelessness.
clean it up. And there was a nightclub.
That's
Up-
any inner city though.
Oh yeah, Fremantle's not really a city.
I know that, but you know what I mean.
It
It's
just
where-
had a
it's the
combination of
location where
things
it is.
that made it violent. So then when Kenny took over, I was like, "Oh, I don't think it's not going to work. I don't reckon it's going to work." And immediately, he thumped it. Immediately, he was doing like farm to table produce,
Yeah.
wood fired. And he's got a great story, and when he comes on, he'll talk about it.
Yeah. Cool.
And then when I went in there for a meal, he was putting kefir on the desserts. He had like a kefir cream or something on the desserts.
Yeah.
And I said, "This man knows the shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the guy."
Yeah.
Because that was one of my tricks.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker had it, and I was like, "This is the dude."
Yeah.
Wood fired, local produce, fermented food. What a legend.
Yeah. It's not. It's like in hindsight, all that's not hard. You just need the right person. Because I've seen that so many times, and people just fuck that shit up.
Because what do you reckon?
They just put it all together. They just go, we cook on fire, and we use the fermented fucking whatever, and you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
they just use it's the keywords they like more than the food they're cooking.
Yeah, they're not passionate food
Nah.
people.
No, they don't know what they're doing, but they go, okay, this has worked.
Yeah.
And they've seen it on the TV or they've seen it in a cookbook or they saw it on a menu down the road that pumps. And then it's like, okay, but they don't, and you can tell they don't taste their own food. They just don't do any of the things that.
They don't get it.
Yeah, and also if you don't understand it, you're better off doing something you do understand and
Yeah.
fucking nailing it.
You do, like in food, you have to have a passion for that thing. Like Hood Burgers around the corner,
Yeah,
they get burgers.
yeah, they fucking do that.
Those motherfuckers get burgers.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they dump the fries
Yeah,
on the tray.
yeah,
When I saw that, when I went with you, I was like, God damn it, they know what's happening.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying about tasting your own food. That's what you want. If you're eating at your place, what do you want?
Yes.
You know, I mean, like,
What
that's
do
what
you
you fucking
like
want.
about that thing?
Yeah, and also like
specifically.
but like, and I don't think this would work for every venue, but it's like we ordered just for the order process when we went there. I mean, it's not my first time at Hood Burger, but the new Duncraig one just here. We just ordered 2 burgers and fries, and that's how they served it. It's perfect. It's
Yes.
fucking one tray, get it out of here.
Yes.
And
But-
then we ate there, and we didn't give a
But not
shit.
carelessly. They weren't
No.
carelessly doing it.
No.
But they were like, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
But you know, that's why I still have a passion for hospitality and food now,
Yeah,
is because it's like the little tiny things
yeah,
that make hospitality good
yeah,
and make food good.
Yeah.
Like if you talk about a burger, like a dude that squashes a burger and they love the crispy edge of like a flat patty,
yeah,
that kind of burger,
yeah,
and that's their thing. They're like, this is how you do it. I'm in.
yeah.
Just do it well, dude.
That's what I always say about everything, except that I don't really anymore because it's so tiring saying it. I said it today, actually. There was a comment that said, I posted a, yesterday I posted a continental roll, and they call it a continental roll where I got it from. It's
Yeah.
fucking deli, $9, big, massive thing, awesome, you know, like cross-section, looks like a sexy, whatever. But you can choose either the veggies that go in it, you know, the pickled veggies are awesome, Nonna's Italian ones, jardiniere, whatever, and or you can choose salad, which is just like lettuce, tomato, fucking carrot or whatever. And some guy said, you don't put something in a continental roll, like something, and I was like, you could call it a house brick. If it tastes good, I don't give a like, I'd eat it.
Yes.
You know what I mean, but also they do it so well.
Yes.
It's just down here as well.
I almost sent you a thing from Reddit.
Yeah.
It was like a good conversation because it was like, what hill would you die on with food?
Yeah.
And people just started. So someone said peas,
Fuck.
peas in fried rice.
I don't want to get involved.
Yeah,
Peas in fried rice.
Yeah.
What?
They don't want peas in
They
fried rice.
don't want it.
Yeah.
But also, I don't care if you don't want it. Like, you don't have to eat it or say I don't want it.
But that's what I mean about the passion of food. I love that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But also when he said no peas in fried rice, I was like, I'll stab you now.
Yeah.
It has to have peas in it.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's you that likes the peas.
Yeah.
I love the peas too.
And
But
the most
I
hilarious.
don't know why they make it their vocation to tell everyone what they must be doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
what. And you're
Yes.
like, okay, but if you don't like peas, that's on you.
Yes.
Don't eat the peas.
Yes.
It's so fucking childish to even be talking about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
But what I guess what you're saying is like, have the passion because that's awesome.
Yeah.
But don't have the negativity of like
Yeah.
telling people
Totally.
what they can do.
Yeah. Like, but say you like the peas, he doesn't like the peas. He'll tell you shouldn't like the peas. And then it's like, we can be mates, eh?
Yeah, it's not fried rice now. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I do love, like, if you're talking about Manuka or some of the other great restaurants. I mean, there's a fucking 1,000 good burger places in this town.
Yeah, dude.
to
It's
be
just a
honest.
level of competition. Just kicked off. There's going back to Hood Burger, just for an example of like that venue by itself is automatic. The way they've set it up, none of that is an accident either, because I know what it looked like before. It was 3 shops. They've decked it out. There's an upstairs in the fucking thing, which is like what? But it's homely, right? And it looks cool, and it's But I've been to like.
It looks American.
It just looks like what I think they've always wanted to do. I don't particularly know them that well. But from being at their other places, it's exactly what you would think. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it is, of course, American, but it works and it makes you want to sit there for a bit longer as well.
Yeah, but if you nail the littler things,
Yeah.
then people are coming back regularly.
Yeah,
So
100%.
if you ever have a restaurant that people aren't coming to, that's your fault.
Yes.
You're not doing something right.
And my second part of that is, and also you might get, this is the other thing is you might get like maybe a bit, if they're busy and you get a bit weird burger, you still eat it and because you give them a little bit of a break, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You should anyway.
Yeah.
But you give them a bit of a break, like the last one was cool, next one will be good. You're not going to go online and go 1 star bullshit because you're still comfortable there. It's all happening.
Yeah.
You know,
The
they've made an
staff-
effort.
The staff are friendly.
Yeah.
They pour you a good beer. They
Yeah.
they over fry you a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
You know.
But I've been to like I would never name these places, but it's one of the top ones in town. You go to eat there, and it feels like you're eating in a hospital. It feels like everything looks okay. It's just the vibe is weird as shit. And until someone else told me it, I was like, fuck, thank God it's not me.
Yeah.
It's not just me. It's the vibe of the place. It's like so.
And do you think that's aesthetic speaking, or you
Yes.
think it's person?
No, it's just the if you sit in to eat there, it just feels. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but it's what you were talking about.
Is the music not good either?
The music is just generic.
Yeah.
The place is the sound, the acoustics for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't judge food on this. It's just this is. If I was going to eat somewhere, this would.
Yeah,
be
I'll
it.
eat anything, but I
Yeah.
don't mind getting into the weeds of it.
Yeah. If you compare the two, and it's not a money thing either. It's just the way it's set up. You
Yeah.
can see money all around it going, why?
Yeah.
And it just doesn't feel good when you eat there.
Do you know what I reckon?
It's a weird
Do you
thing,
know what
and
that
I don't think
reminds-
people think about that either. So
No.
when they go to eat there, they might. It's a bit like this.
Oh, that was good. Yeah. But
Yeah.
then I don't think there's
No
passion.
atmosphere. No atmosphere.
There's like, I think most people, and this has always blown my mind as a chef, is it's not about the food or the place, like what we're geeking out about.
Yep.
It's actually just the trend.
Yeah.
So if that place is trendy, where everyone's like, oh, have you been to the new Hood Burger?
Yeah.
Then it pumps for
Yeah.
ages. So I was out last night in Frio. I walked past a new pizza spot
Right.
in another dead end part of town because there's 7 dead ends in
Yeah.
Fremantle.
Like a Star
And it was
David, yeah.
pumping with young people.
Yeah.
And I had a massive look in. I had a bit of a squiz. I was like, okay, well, that's so funny. Like, there's 5 good pizza places in this town. Like,
Yeah.
legit. Sandrino's is a top 5 pizza place in the fucking city.
Mm-hmm.
They're everywhere.
Yep.
Why is everyone careening towards this new open place?
Yep.
Because it's the new trendy spot. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it.
And there's like 4 restaurants across the road, 0 people.
Yeah.
I haven't had people in them for 2 years,
Yeah.
failing,
But
and
you
you just
can-
open a new spot.
You can absolutely, like, I would know how to absolutely ignite that place that is good, that is
Mhm.
doing no business. Like,
What?
just fucking social media. It's absolutely destroy it. Like,
What would you do?
well, to start with, you got to make your food. Things change, right? Like you're saying about trends. It's not just trends. Everyone likes pizza. It's just whoever's telling you to go there. And I don't mean influencers or anything. It's just like they're on the lists. They're on the, someone will say Perth is okay, or say this new place open. They are doing a service to the community, I suppose. Like this place is opening. This place is a new venue if you didn't know and you live around the corner, all this sort of shit. But people do just go out of their house to go to that new one
Yeah.
for barely any reason
Yeah.
other than, oh, you got to go there. Like, and they also like telling their mates about new things in general. Or I know the next one. This is a secret, or this is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if everything's flooded with this is a new place,
Yes.
it'll just happen. It's
Now-
just PR, dude.
But
That's
what
all
if that
is.
new place? What if that new place doesn't deliver when you go there? Do you go there again?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If that's an actual good place, that's easy.
Hmm.
That's what I mean. Is if it's actually a genuinely good place, not doing business, that's just easy as fuck.
Yeah. There need to be cool places as well. Frio has got a fucking wicked scene, dude. There's a
Yeah.
taco place at the bottom South Beach,
Right.
and it's been kicking off ever
Where's
since it
South
opened.
Beach?
Um,
By like Little Loaf?
Yeah.
Like Campania. No, like that one.
Cabana.
Cabana, that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Fuck, it's so good.
yeah.
I just don't get that far. By the time I'm there, there's like 4 or 5 places in between that I kind of frequent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ben from Little Loaf is coming on. He works just there,
He
just
works.
next door. Not at like.
Yeah,
Banter.
because the guy that owns it is Ben as well.
Oh right, okay, right.
But see that
They have like one of the only al pastors. You know, the looks like a kebabby sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, what do they call it? Fucking whatever. But in town, there's probably 2 or 3 maybe I've seen.
Mm.
Like genuinely, where it
What's-
drips down. So they pile all the pork up, a bit like a kebab shop. And they put the pineapple on top,
Yeah.
and it all just
What's the
slowly
difference
cooks and
between that
rotates.
and a kebab? Just the meat.
The meat and the name and the spices they put on it, I guess. But it's
Yeah.
exactly the same fucking shit. It's
Yeah.
the way they cook it. It's just a rotating.
I could
Yeah.
talk about Mexican food for a long time, dude.
Yeah.
But again, that was just trendy from the spot with young people,
Yeah.
and then they won't stop going there, and it's just churning.
Yeah, but someone had to know it was there to start with, and that's where all the PR hits the social media.
Mm.
Yeah, but you have to make sure it looks good. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, it's got to do.
You can't
it's
just
gotta do
say
the
it
part.
is.
And I want some
I
cocktails.
mean, to a point, I can now.
Cocktails it up.
Yeah.
What, can you burn a whole place now?
What do you mean?
Could you go on social media and hate a place and it would burn to the ground?
Probably, but why? Why on earth?
Because you've got the power.
Yeah, but why? This is where like there are dickheads, and there's one dickhead in Perth in particular that does it all the time. And holy shit, like why? What are you doing with your life?
If you're being negative.
What the fuck are you doing with your life? If that's how you act, like, if you just talk shit because, by the way, negativity gets the most views everywhere.
We were talking about this the other day.
Yeah. So like if you are addicted to numbers, you want to say you get 6,000 views on your Insta story,
Yeah.
and then you got 6,200 because you said a bit of a weird thing,
Yeah.
and it's getting to sort of 10K. If and you just circle jerking yourself and then you like controversy. Oh fuck that, and then you say positive thing, and you only get like maybe 4,000. Pretty cool, you know. But if you're like fuck, if you're addicted to that, you're just
Yeah.
a piece of shit anyway. But anyway,
No, it's so true. Like if you're talking about the streets
I just don't do it.
or
so.
comedy. I think that's a good way to be. Don't
But
go,
it's a longer burn. You'll get to the same point. People will listen to you. I don't think they'll listen to you any more or less. It's just the type of person that will listen to you. But I've found that by doing it positively, not posting the negatives to a point, people will actually turn up at the venue.
Yeah.
So, especially on TikTok.
Yeah, but if people are doing like you were watching Kitchen Nightmares the other day, if
Yeah.
people are doing lobster in the fucking sauce kind of shit,
Yeah.
I feel like you can burn that place. There's a thing that you can do.
Yeah, totally.
There's a public service announcement to some of those things as well.
If I ever did that, I will guarantee everyone would listen to me as well, because I don't do that on the regular. It's like what's that Aesop fable shit, bloody shepherd thing.
I don't know. Is it pop culture? Because I'm fucked.
Nah, it's what we
Or is it a sermon from the Bible? Because I'm also fucked.
crying wolf. This is how I got there. That's how my brain works. Aesop. I knew the number.
As from now on a comic, and you a fucking
Fuck you.
comic. Don't
I
like
fucking.
that.
You know.
This
what-
is the only button I
That's-
wanted, and
yeah,
it's
but
the
that-
closest one.
that's the only.
I am shitting myself.
So. That's how my brain works. I get the hard bit right, the Aesop fable, who wrote it, and then I go to shepherd, then I go to crying wolf. Do you know what I mean, though? If you
I
just
do.
say negative all day, they're like, okay, people will watch the train wreck
Yeah.
because it is entertaining.
Yeah.
Watching someone shit on someone, you're like, you know,
It's-
ignoring
it's-
who that person
It's
is.
just a primal thing,
yeah,
you know.
and also you get a lot of shares from that. People will just send.
I
through, like,
know,
look at this shit.
dude.
Ha ha ha.
That's why it's hard in comedy because, you know, you have the heckle video or you yell at someone in the
Yep.
crowd and it gets 10,000 views and
Yep.
100 subscribers, and if you do a good joke, no one gives a fuck. Like, it's just how
Yeah.
it goes. It's
Yeah.
weird. But it's just human. I don't even think it's like primal human. I just think it's like internet human, just brain human stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like I think people are mixing up the fact that we're human beings and how we behave on the internet are the same thing.
Yeah.
We're on the internet. It's all this cerebral, weird human shit.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily how
It's
we
not
are.
real life. None of it's real life.
Mm.
And I pride myself, it just who I am anyway. I'm very comfortable just ignoring it, knowing that I guess I do have quite a comfortable, happy home life, and everyone around me is pretty cool. Things like that, I just hang around people I like, right? So online, it doesn't really bother me. But like I've seen it so many times, people get so bothered by stuff. You're like, that motherfucker, to start with, you don't know him or her, and they would never talk to you like that at a fucking barbecue. They would never talk to you like that at the beach,
Yeah.
down the shops. Say it to your face, and that's not like a let's punch on. That's just realistically,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And like, I've definitely said something shit to people during COVID when you're bored, just like, you know, like an absolute dickhead.
Yeah.
I think we all have. Just like, or you have your bad day. Also, you got to recognise how many people are having bad days. That's why they're on the internet.
Yeah.
And then they go, fuck you, or they say, whatever.
Well, they're just releasing anger, trauma, emotions. They're just being jerks. Like
It's very easy to talk them around it as well. Very easy.
Yeah.
If you need to.
Back
if you
to.
want to. But it is easier to have a fight.
Yeah.
Way easier to go, F you. No, F you.
Yes.
Yeah, F you.
Yeah, because now we're just
I wanna call
triggering.
my
We're just
mum.
triggering each other's horseshit on the internet. Like
Yeah.
that's what its main amplification is.
Yeah.
This main amplification isn't camaraderie and harmony and community. It's fucking.
Imagine.
I'm gonna say all of the horrible shit that's in me.
Yeah. And I also love other people's opinions, and I love asking what they like.
Mm.
And the response is always positive after that, because they will say, even if they take it to like, oh, okay, you want me to say my favourite or something, you know, what the fuck? But they'll come around and go, oh, awesome, I'll check it out. Or what do you like about that? That sounds pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Or, you know, but this is how I would talk to someone if they told me
Yeah,
my face.
which is good.
So my key, this is a trick that I do, and I don't know if it works for everyone. If you see someone being a dick online to you, I mean, like I ignore everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
If they're personally doing it to you, imagine you're talking to your mate about it. As in, like, if I'm talking to Tim right now, just that context, because sometimes that could be a joke, and then respond to it in the way you would talk to your mate about it. So,
Yeah.
like, shut up, fuckhead. Someone said that to you. Instead of going, what the fuck? Go like, just go, sup, man?
Mm.
You know, like, what's going on?
Yeah,
Just-
don't take it seriously.
Yeah, but that's how you would say it.
But you know, that's also the voice in their head. So when they're doing the
Yeah, it's-
online stuff,
Yep.
anything that's coming back at them, if someone's like, "Oh yeah, that's great,"
Yeah.
you could have been like, "Oh yeah, that's great,"
Yeah.
and their voice in their head is like, "Oh yeah, that's great."
And it all comes down to the mood of the person that
Yeah.
you don't know who's responding. And they don't know your mood either.
Or their
You just have to trust that.
their assumption of other human beings.
Yeah.
Their assumption that all human beings are out to get them, or
Especially
be rude.
online.
Yeah.
Your assumption is you will be attacked online.
Yeah, I never got caught up in. I don't fucking like social media now. I never got caught up in any of it. It doesn't actually entertain me. Reddit entertains me. Something savage. I'm a Reddit fan
Why does that entertain you?
because there's a topic or a thing that someone says,
Yeah.
and then everyone in the comments is saying their opinions and shit,
Right.
which is awesome
Yeah.
because I'm getting to listen and understand and talk to
Yeah.
people, real
get it.
people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like I don't understand anything about Instagram or TikTok. Like it doesn't entertain me in the fucking slightest.
It's almost like being. It can be awesome, but it's like who's better at the video game
Yeah.
to a point.
Well, I know that side of it.
Yeah. But that's what I like as well. Not playing the game. I just like making cool videos.
Yeah, dude. We had one bomb this week, and I was like, "Fuck, what is going on?"
With
with the streets.
yourself? Oh, right, okay.
No, mine bomb all the time.
Say what?
Because the thing about mine is like, that's just my stuff as a video.
Yeah.
I'm not making a video. Like, it's just my comedy as a video.
Yeah, but there's a difference between a good TikTok reel and a good video.
Yes.
And I can tell the difference. And I
Yes.
still hate that some awesome guy that I know how much money they've spent doing all this videography and equipment. It looks awesome. And then my little piece of shit just goes ape shit. You're like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
On my still ancient iPhone 12 Pro Max broken camera, you know?
Yeah, I get you. But that's what TikTok is, and even Instagram to a degree. They've actually moved back away from professional videos.
They fucking hate it, and I don't understand why other people don't understand this. And I rate that people are still hiring good videographers, and I'm not shitting on any of that because that should happen. You should be hiring these people. It's a job. But if there's a difference between something working online and not working on social media. So it's like, can't you see what works? It sucks for you that someone can do it on a phone, but
actually, if you were a good videographer, like coming from that industry,
wouldn't you want to know?
If that person had talked to you about what they wanted, you need to be man enough to say, we're shooting this on a phone and we're delivering it the way that you want it. I'm obsessed with YouTube. That's my thing because it's like professional video. Yeah. You know, and it's a different audience.
I love that you're obsessed with YouTube because I'm not. I watch it almost every day. Like in the evenings, that's how I chill for like an hour. Like I said, and then I fall asleep and it's all about Hitler. But,
did you wake up and you were like...
I woke up and it
makes sense.
It was like those Ken Burns documentaries, that style. And it was like, it was talking about the bunker, Hitler's bunker in the Alps in Austria, and how it was set up and how there's conspiracies about how he didn't actually kill himself.
The submarine.
And who took the gun. Like,
and they burnt him in the backyard.
I just don't like me listening while I'm asleep with very clear Bluetooth headphones on, listening to all that. I just think it would turn me into maybe something I want to do. Who knows?
Yeah, it's going to have ramifications in your life.
It's gone deep into my brain. If I'm just listening to that asleep for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you wake up with these books around?
Yeah. Like then we do, exactly. We do podcasts. I sit on this side of the table and just look at them. Hitler, Churchill.
You're like that, what do they call them?
Weapon systems and political stability, a history.
Fuck. Do you know what I was looking up?
Tragedy and hope.
Do you know what I was looking up today?
No.
And this podcast has gone off the rails.
I've got to go
to
the toilet too.
Beer farm.
How did North Korea get their nuclear weapons?
Mm.
Because it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Surely Soviets.
Yes.
But do you mean... See, I think that to a point, because I kind of know about it.
Australia doesn't have any nuclear weapons.
Yeah, but they use us to fuck, like...
But North Korea does.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Because they definitely can't mine uranium, right?
Dude, this is the joke I wrote. Right. So I won't try and do bits on you. But they don't even have microwaves.
What do you mean? Okay, is that it?
North Korea doesn't have microwaves.
Right.
So how the fuck would they have a nuclear weapon?
There was, I did watch something on this once, and I can't remember what it was.
It blew my mind. I was like, that doesn't... Because, like, you hear about it all the time, like, they're testing missiles and stuff. And you're like, how the fuck did that... Like, it's not even a third world country. They have nothing.
So what I think... I'm just going to make this up. So North Korea is between South Korea and the other communists, right? China and USSR, or whatever it is now.
Russia. Back to Russia.
Cool. So
trying their hardest to get back to USSR.
So I think it's and then there's a lot of, obviously there's probably US and stuff still in South Korea a lot, and that's what I think. Maybe that's like the cushion, like don't fuck with North Korea because that's like another. You're closer to where we are. Not that I think that matters now, but I think maybe is that how it started.
Right. Do you know what I thought it was?
Go on.
I thought it was China were like, we're not going to fire this. So we're going to put it here, and when we want to fire it, we're going to tell them that it's you.
Right.
And if you have anything to say about that, we'll kill you.
Right.
But
And in the meantime, we'll give you some aid and
We'll
send
tell
you
you that you've got
whiskey.
a nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
And then people will say you're cool and you can
Yeah.
be cool to your people.
Right. I like how the Korean War has never ended officially.
Is that true?
Yeah. So there was a ceasefire and nothing happened after that.
Mm.
So they were like, ceasefire at this point of the latitude, longitude, just that's where it was.
Mm.
And then there forever and a day has been north and south.
I will watch every
And this is
North
why I'm
Korean escaping.
push these things on YouTube. Clearly watch this shit.
Yeah, you know, like those border escapes. I've seen every one.
I've never seen them. Border escapes.
Oh,
Fuck, that's up my alley.
It's
I'm
the
into that.
best.
Fuck yeah.
Just the guy just cracking on between the north and south border.
That's cool.
It's phenomenal.
I'm into that. I'm into movies like that too. They're my sort of movies.
Jason Statham
The sort of nah.
in
people-
North Korea.
Jason Statham.
He's got the
is
head for it. He could pull it off.
He's the Jason Statham is the I reckon the Chuck Norris
Of our
of the
generation.
2000s of generation, yeah. Because
I don't think he's got the swag of Chuck, bro. He's cool.
the movies, for me, the movies feel like that's what the movies feel like, and I don't watch them. Other than like the early ones, like Snatch and
Yeah.
those sort of gangster ones,
Yeah.
which were fucking cool.
Yeah.
But then it turned into he was like this super action hero.
He is.
Yeah,
But they're kind of B-grady. They are a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah, because he's in like the Meg and the Meg 2 and stuff.
yeah, and they're all like formulaic
And dumb. But
Yeah.
Chuck Norris was sick.
no doubt.
Chuck Norris was the best.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I watched them all.
Chuck Norris was a fucking legend, dude.
Yeah, no doubt. I used to watch the POW series when I was too young, and they used to let me rent them at the video shop, and they'd side eye me like, "How the fuck old are you?" I'm like, 18.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you just like got your little pumps on. You're like,
Oh, they were the most racist movies, man. Like, so anti-Vietnamese, clearly, but because it was like POW.
necessary at the time.
Yeah, but like the way they would talk about them, they were
Oh.
just every line was a slur,
Oh,
and it's like, this is me. You know, this is why they rate these movies. This, I was like, but I never. It's probably got into my head a bit, but I never thought about it when I was watching it. I was more to the how's he going to get out of the POW camp? And
exactly.
where's he going to explode this? And how did he get a motorcycle? And
Yeah. That shit just brushes over kids.
yeah.
Like all the racist slurs and stuff.
Yeah, meanwhile, I got kids, like my literal friends at school that are Vietnamese.
Yeah.
And I
Love it.
never thought about it.
Continental roll.
Fuck, best food ever.
The banh mi, dude. Oh my.
That's what I thought you were making a
God.
joke about.
Yeah.
I said that's okay. So that's okay. Good. it's better when you explain it. Yeah. I got to piss. Like I got really got to piss.
Yeah,
Beer farm.
basically.
So we got like we got gifts. We got prizes for the guests on the podcasts.
Yeah.
And I think we should run through what they actually fucking are, or how we get about it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so
So okay, hang on.
I love that you've got a tomato box.
So this is the box. This is the box of gifts.
Yeah.
So we've spent $0.00 on this, and this is just a collection of myself and Tim's extendedly borrowed,
Stolen.
fully stolen kitchen equipment.
That we
from-
could
from
give
over
up
the
because
years.
we have more stolen stuff at home.
This is the stuff we're willing to part with. So we thought when we get a guest on, they can pick it. So I've got this bucket.
Yeah, so
I've got this cheese bucket,
that's wicked.
and you can pick a number out of it. And then, because we like giving back to the community, I think this is
Yeah.
a way of washing ourselves of any impropriety,
Yeah.
any improprieties. Can't even say
It's
it.
a bonding experience. But the thing is, like, half these guys are still in kitchens. So they'll be like, I don't want a Daryl mold.
Yeah.
Fuck it, you're going to get one, brother.
I don't know. It sounds there's so much shit in there. I think it might be a good way to get a sponsor on board too. If anyone's in the mood to sponsor some
Gifts?
receiving stolen goods. And
Get
yeah,
sponsor gifts for people.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be sick.
It's basically charity. Like, It's pretty close to charity. That's the box I found, and I liked it, and we're going to keep it.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's-
pretty sure that roll of that bin liner roll is fully stolen too. Because why would you have black? Yeah.
Yeah, wicked.
Yes, that's one of those.
So we're doing a gritty hospitality chef-esque podcast.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talking shit.
Agreed.
Talking shit about anything,
Mm-hmm.
but also inviting a bunch of chefs on
Yeah.
to talk it up,
Yep. We got a bunch coming on.
post and current.
Yes. I don't think you're ever out though.
No, I think that's what we first broke down on.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with that.
Yeah.
The first time that we met.
I don't remember how we met, but it was definitely like a DM or something like
No.
that.
It
Really?
wasn't. It was at Barber Bus. I was shooting.
Oh, he fucking was too.
I was shooting
It was
video.
a Brooklyn Lounge in Scarborough.
I was shooting video
Was too.
for the Barber Bus, and they had hooked up with you because you were like an influencer,
Yeah.
still are,
Mm-hmm.
and we culminated. I didn't know who the fuck you were.
Yeah.
You obviously didn't know who the fuck I am. I'm not even on the internet. And I was shooting the video, and you were getting your hair cut out the front of a wings place or a
Yeah, it was
burger place.
Brooklyn Lounge in Scarborough. Yeah, so he pulled up. It's a Barber Bus is a mobile barber service. It's like the barber shop inside. You slide.
is
Looks
sick.
like it's fucking awesome. So get your hair done.
Yeah.
They can sponsor the stolen items. So I don't even remember how that happened. I spent the entire 2022 saying yes to everything as a rule, and it worked out wicked.
Mm.
But it was those things happen where you're like,
Yeah.
because I didn't know what he wanted out of me other than I had a beard. I think he just wanted people to, and you were recording it, you were videoing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
so
just
didn't-
doing content for
So most of that stuff I didn't really read. I just said yes to.
the new business. But then after we did, like, because I wasn't listening to what you guys were saying. But then after we sat down for wings and beers,
Yeah,
and we just found out that we were both chefs
yeah,
and started talking shit about how you never get out of the industry. Or you've always got fear about being late or
yeah,
anxiety about this thing.
yeah. I remember saying that someone should do this,
Mm.
and I was thinking about maybe doing it, but I don't have at the moment can do it or don't know how or
Yeah.
yeah,
And we're talking about things like I was doing video, but like I have no idea about video, but I was
yeah,
just chefing video.
yeah,
I was just like writing a prep list,
yeah,
rocking up, pretending like I knew what I was doing,
yeah.
Taking
What's the
it
worst that
step-
can happen?
taking it step by step,
Yeah,
figuring it out,
yeah.
completing tasks. Like you just
I totally
chefed
forgot
it.
that. Yeah,
Mm.
that's 100% how we met.
And that was like a year, I think.
More than a year ago.
Well, then like I didn't even fucking talk to you for a year. I don't reckon.
Yeah, but then yeah. Now I'm remembering, but it definitely was a message or something saying something about you might remember me. I don't know, something like that.
Mm.
In this Barber Bus thing, and then you had the hospitality comedy show.
Yeah, I was
You were looking for chefs to tell some stories.
I was looking for chefs and influencers to fucking get some bums in seats and then also
Yep.
tell some wicked stories. And I remember we had a mad chat
Yeah,
that time at the Wings.
yeah,
And then I coached you into getting on stage and telling a story,
yeah. But that's just me again saying yes,
a
To
horror
everything.
story.
which I don't really care about. Yeah, that's fucking cool. Yeah,
But the first time was at that fucking wing place. Is that wing place still good?
it's not open anymore.
Closed.
Yeah.
What happened to them?
The lease ran out. Well, the lease was running out, and they just didn't want to. What the fuck? Go through it.
Mm.
Still doing, from what I was told, it's still like just pumping Ubers and
From where?
like Ubereats and like delivery
They are.
food. No, they were at the time,
Ah.
but there's a lot of business still making money and things like that. But just like this is really not what we open this.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk for them, but that was what I was told is like, kind of want to, I don't know, I kind of got that vibe like they wanted a cool venue,
Yeah.
but instead they're just doing takeaways or something.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's definitely not just them. I've heard that a lot. It's just
Uber Eats like fucking fuck the game.
yeah, but that was just how they just those companies just took over during COVID and just never looked back.
Yeah,
Because they didn't exist before COVID. I mean, yeah, you could do it, but no one gave a fuck.
But people just
People were
didn't
going to pay
want
30% on.
Like people would have gone out to eat, but now they don't have to, so they won't.
Yeah, and they normalised, and obviously got the marketing to do it. They normalised not going out to eat.
Yeah, which is so dangerous. Like I feel like if you're going to buy takeaway food, you need to look someone in the face before you order it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
like before I walk into a pizza joint, without a doubt, I'm like, I'll fucking get 2.
Yeah.
And then I look that person in the eyes and I'm like, 1 medium pizza, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to look like a fucking dirty slob.
Yeah.
But if I had that impulse and no one around and they drop it off at the door, they specifically tell you, hey, we'll drop this off at the door. You don't have to talk to anyone. You're like, well, 7 pizzas.
yeah.
I'll take us. I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I got my paycheck this week.
Yeah.
I think that's dangerous for people. If you never have to look at anyone
Yeah.
in the face and you can order whatever you want.
That's the same way as like shopping at Coles. I'm not a online shopper. I would rather go in there and spend $10 and get the cheap and pick my stuff and maybe get a deal, but just get what you need rather than I think people just they start clicking. And they click, 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 click. And by the time you're like, oh, fuck, there's all these groceries at the door you never needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they've subbed for some, you don't want this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've really just like hacked people's brains, hey.
But that was pure COVID. They took that opportunity to do it.
But
To solve, number one, to solve their business
Mm.
plan. To like, fuck, no one can come out, so we're going to have to come to you. Or you pick it up or vice versa. They were trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But now it's got completely out of control where they're like, fuck, we can't go back now. How do we get people to... That was easier, less employees,
And there's nothing
and we
worse.
can charge more.
Have you? Did you work in a kitchen that had Uber?
No.
So there's nothing
Oh,
worse.
yes, but No, just no.
Nothing worse than that.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of service, things are picking up, and Uber orders are coming in on the side. Is brutal.
I've filmed in a bunch of kitchens in the last 2 years that I couldn't... You know, you sort of get your head around what's going on anyway because you can just see the dockets or whatever. And then you're like, why are they... They're like... And then there's just a mountain of like... They have to stop what they're doing, get the bears, get the bloody... whatever. But
No.
if that is a lot of your business, what do you do?
Well, that's the difference, though.
Yeah.
The owner's like, we need to do this. Whereas if you're like the head chef or the manager, you got to be like, fuck, we can't do this. you know? Like, it's bullshit.
But also, I know tons of places that do get all these pre-orders for like, say, 5 or 6 o'clock, and they know they're going to do these orders. So it's like, it's a kind of a cool...
Uber pre-orders.
Yeah, yeah. So you can I guess so. You can pre-order on, maybe they have an app or something. I don't know how this works. I'm not in it that much. But you can definitely pre-order for a pickup time. So they at least know if they look, go, oh shit, we've got that many, that's cool.
Yeah.
Or, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at least you kind of feel better about it, or at least, you know, you need to, I don't know. It definitely would help you during service. But then I think I don't know. I feel like I would get annoyed at the normal customers then. Feel like just for coming in. Because maybe it's too easy.
It's one
maybe
or
you're
the other.
seeing it all together and you're like...
It's not easy. They ping off.
Yeah, right.
And maybe they've adjusted for some of this stuff now because it was like, it pings off and you've got your wait time. And if you haven't adjusted your wait time, 15 minutes, a driver's coming. Like there's no...
Oh, I just meant pre-orders. I'm not pretending it's fucking easy at all.
Yeah.
But I just,
Like you're
if
either...
you get used to something.
I would consider being an all Uber kitchen and not even having any seats.
Yeah, the ghost kitchens are around.
Yeah. Or, you know, fucking do early Uber orders and then just be a restaurant.
Yeah.
But there's also something to be said, like now if you've got enough balls to say, I'm not even on Uber, you got to come in and do my restaurant.
Yeah.
That would also be sick.
Yeah.
But like doing service and then pinging orders out of this fucking takeaway machine
Yeah.
and adding them
It
in
would
is
destroy
a
me.
nightmare.
Yeah, right.
We did it for a vegan restaurant.
Christ.
Yeah, it's tough work. So tough. Dude, I've never worked so hard in my life than at that vegan restaurant, which was the last one.
Why was it so hard? Or did you just feel like it was hard?
No, it was actually hard because they were so in the shit for money and they were so relentless as like horrible bosses that it was the hardest job. There was 2 people doing services for 70 covers
Yeah, right. Okay. I get you.
of an entire kitchen. And so they started out as a huge popular kitchen
Yeah.
5 years ago, or at the fad time of raw food.
Yeah.
And then it declined 2 years later, but they still had all of this equipment and all of these expectations.
Yeah.
And I came in 3 years after that to fix the place.
Yeah.
After 7 other amazing chefs couldn't fix the place.
Yeah.
And their expectations and their attitude was so horrific that you just worked 15 hours a day for no reason.
Yeah, right.
For no
Just doing all the things.
everything.
Right. That raw stuff can get insane.
Mm.
Like if you're doing it purely raw, like it's like shit. Just getting the stuff to start with.
They were doing cooked for a
Oh,
little
right.
while. The thing that I hated the most is I got brought in because I was urban farming at the time. They're like, what a great marriage. You can urban farm and be the head chef. And I was like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
And you're going to allow me to do that. And then immediately they didn't do any of it.
Yeah, of course.
I just became a head chef.
Yeah.
And they weren't even using organic food. And I was like, well, then
Yeah.
what the fuck is the point?
Yeah.
People are coming here because they want good quality food. So
I found something today that I sent you, and it was from 2013. I don't know if we can ever put this on the screen, but it's a business card we got given over the past by front of house in 2013, and they walked in and they said, "This lady's here for." It was a wine dinner, so it was already prearranged, booked. They hadn't said they have allergies, so it was one of those things, just a fucking trigger, like fuck what. So there's this business card on the front of it says allergy notification. It says this picture of a cool tree. It says hi, thank you for your consideration. And then when you turn over, it's horror. Oh, it's a horror show. It goes, thank you. These are my allergies, and then it lists the entire card.
what are they?
So it says no MSG, no peanuts, no preservatives in 600 and 200 range. So you need to know that. No eggs, no oranges, grapefruits, mandarins. Limes and lemons are fine. No gluten. Rice is fine. Just so we know that rice is not gluten. No yeast, no wheat, rye, barley, oats, no pork, beef, no sesame or poppy seeds, no purple, the colour.
No purple.
No purple lettuce, cabbage, garnish, mescaline, cos, spinach, rocket, iceberg are fine. No tomato, paprika, no capsicum, no chilies, no potato, but sweet potato is fine. So that's what you just got handed, and then you go, well, this is an 8-course dinner. You're like, wicked. I remember her eating a lot of that as well.
Of
In-
all those things.
In the end, every
when
now
you
and then.
when you went back and said we can't do this, or
Well, they were like, we'll just do it. Like, so you go, I mean, you'd have a back and forward. You're like, well, this is retarded. This is ridiculous. Like, and they're like, no, she's sat down already. And you're like, that doesn't mean anything.
I don't care.
Doesn't mean anything to me. So that's cool. We're just trading information at this point.
I love that the chef just comes immediately
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. But it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't help the situation. And then, so like, there was definitely a back and forward. Like, I mean, there was, obviously, there's like on there, there's one vegan here and there's a vegetarian here, so that you know that there's that option, you've got it. Then this is like, here, have this card. Like, what the fuck, man? I remember her eating, she had chicken and she definitely had capsicum on one thing. We try to do our best and not give her just like asparagus on every course.
Yes.
But like, yeah.
And
Weird
did
as shit,
she
though.
look like an angry person?
Never saw her. Never saw her.
I would have taken a peek.
They always say they're nice, though. Front of house always goes, she seems really nice. And you're like, yeah, but she wasn't, right? She's not a nice person. She knows she has these allergies. She walked in with a card.
But that's 3/4 of a front of house person's job is to
Yeah.
placate a chef
Yeah.
so you don't fucking kill somebody.
Yeah. That's when I finished up my, I guess, full-time chefing and running kitchens. The dietaries were just coming in. All those dietaries were just flooding in. I'd never remembered it like that.
Yeah.
Because we would get, and I still sit. I'm actually doing a shift on Saturday with a mate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just plating up and things, doing some dishes.
Plating and dishwasher.
Well, this is
Pass and
this
dishwasher.
is awesome business called Supper Road, and they down south. They do they bump in and do all kinds of weddings and stuff like this. They have like better kitchens on these semi trailers and small food trucks than you'd have in your whole life. And they help with stuff like truffle kerfuffle, all this sort of stuff. Anyway, when they're in Perth, I sort of help them out just for body.
Cool.
And a mate of mine, we did our apprenticeship with. He's the head chef, but I don't know where I was going with that. But
Dietaries.
yeah. So when I see that, I just go, not my problem,
Yeah.
because I see them. But also they've taken care of it before they get there. But it's like crazy compared to what I was like.
There's a diet where
Crazy, man.
and this happened at the vegan restaurant, where they won't eat anything that's underground.
Yeah, I haven't seen that,
That's the thing.
but I've
It's a legitimate thing too, where they're like, people are like, oh yeah, no.
shit. A couple of times I've seen where they won't eat anything that hasn't died on its own. I can't remember what that's called. Like it won't, like a lemon has to fall off the tree naturally. Yeah, and there's
That's not a diet. That's a
They'll
request.
yeah.
It's a request.
But also, where do you? Don't come at me with that, because
Yeah.
we're picking shit.
But
We're
the thing,
pulling stuff out of the ground.
a diet is like, are you gonna die?
Yeah,
Are you gonna die? Otherwise,
yeah,
you're just like everybody else.
yeah. Do you have a next of kin?
I don't want to kill you.
Yeah.
Do you like shellfish?
Yeah, and that's what
I
I
don't
think.
care.
That's
Is
what I
it gonna
think.
kill you.
I can only assume, because when I was chefing, that's why you would care, because it's like, okay, you're either a vegan, all right, cool, you get it.
Yep.
That's what you get. You get the vegetarian option. There's always something like that. But then someone says, I can't eat nuts. What the fuck? You know they're serious. You know they're like, please do your best.
Yep.
Please don't fuck me. And you actually take it on board and
Yeah.
go, I don't want to kill a person.
Yeah.
But then if you're flooded with it all day, I can only assume it's another one. And you just sort of, I reckon a lot of that would get ignored.
Yeah. Well, especially like because the nut
It's
things.
like Aesop's fables.
So,
right?
so when they did we had vegans who used to come in who had nut allergies, and it used to scare the fuck out of me because everything in a vegan kitchen is nuts. And I was like,
there is nuts everywhere anyway.
yeah, there is anyway. But I was like, I just can't even. It wasn't even peanuts. People would have different nut allergies or whatever, and I'm like, if this is legitimately a nut allergy, you just can't eat here. Like
Yeah.
it just, I can't help you.
Yeah.
And I want to. And they're like, oh, that's okay. No, we'll be good. Well, then why the fuck did you tell me?
Yeah. That's what they would always say too, because the immediate response is always, we can't do this. We can't guarantee anyone's safety.
Good
because
response.
we're blitzing up fucking whatever.
Yeah.
There's nuts everywhere.
Yeah, and I have 3 commie chefs.
Yeah.
As from now on a commie, and you a fucking commie. Don't like that? Give me a notice and fuck off.
They completely fuck shit up.
Commie. Now fuck off.
That's the one I want.
That one's a bit longer. Yeah, it's just the one above it.
Dude, you've got a phone. I'll take a piss. You've got a phone thing there.
Have I?
Yeah, and you got a nice list. And we
Oh.
can actually do something serious for a second.
All right, go on then. Some outro. Comic. I've got so much stuff written here. I've literally got like worst person you've ever worked with and things like that. I think
Yeah, okay. Can we can next episode, let's dig into
we'll just go down there.
all of those.
Dietary card. I just don't. Do you remember the first time you ever cried at work?
Yeah, I think mine was in a cool room.
I remember exactly the first time.
So I think that's why this
I've cried in cool rooms all the time.
yeah.
If I had to walk in cool room, I'd probably still cry on it.
Yeah, I mentioned it before that the guy with the Jeep, the jacked up Jeep in the cafe when I was 18 years old. But I reckon even before that, so I started in kitchens when I was 15,
Right.
less, 14 even. I did a bakery as like some work experience thing. I rollerbladed to a bakery.
It's crying.
But I was I would have been 15 and 16 and
rollerblade home.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But I didn't cry when I was 14.
Right.
But 15 and 16, I worked as a dish pig, and that's when I like did 300 quails in a day, boned 300 quails in a day.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure when he yelled at me, the head chef one time, I cried.
Yeah. Did you cry right in front of him, or did you just well up and take it somewhere else?
I welled up, and I think it's a fucking long. I think I welled up, and I went out the back door, and I fucking swallowed hard.
Just fucking let loose.
Ugh, I just held it, but it was definitely. Or are you talking a full-on sob story?
I don't think I've ever cried like that.
Hmm.
I've definitely cried, but it's like silent. Like I remember 100% remember the first time I cried.
Yeah.
I did a brekkie on a Saturday by myself, and I absolutely shat the bed. And I needed two people to pull me out of it, and they were not the piece. They were like head chef, sous chef, pulling me out of it, and I just lost. I was too young for at the time. I was too sort of green for what was happening, and I didn't realise. I should have asked for help way before, and the person that was helping me, could have come and just got, help for the little bit of the tickets, and then I'd be good. I didn't realise any of that, and I just got so deep, and it was just like the wall of dockers. I just kept pulling them up and not wanting to ask for help, and then I got bollocked even more, and then obviously the pros that come in and pull me out of it. I didn't cry then. I just felt like I was going to cry. And then the next day I was like, okay, I got this. You can't do that again.
Yeah.
And then it fucking went to shit, but for different reasons. Like they kept fucking up, but I couldn't blame them after the day I had before. So it was like, can I have some help? And they're like, fuck this guy. I was already on the list of like, he can't do this, but I knew I could. So I got help.
Mind you doing breakfast by yourself, but anyway.
Yeah, when I was like a fucking first year. And then the head chef came over after I'd fully packed up, and he goes, I don't know which day was worse, bro. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know. And he was just like, I just don't know. Like, he was like, they kind of went out all right. Like, I don't know who taught you to do this. He was just like, he wasn't bollocking me. He was just like your dad being disappointed at you.
Yeah.
And I was like, no worries. And then I went around the corner and I just squatted down, and I was just like wasn't like sobbing, but it was just like I couldn't keep the tears anymore out of dripping down. And he would definitely be able to see me. Like I was just like welling up, like fuck. I actually thought I did okay.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh wow, was that just as bad?
Yeah.
And then after that, by the way, I absolutely nailed everything. I was like the best.
Yeah,
at
you
it.
need those. Like a real chef needs those things.
Yeah.
Well,
but I remember just coming around the corner and just squatting down. And it was a fully open kitchen, so there was nowhere to hide. You like, this is so shit. You couldn't go out the back. It was a long walk to the back. So you're just crying. And then some bitch came up to me in the front of house. Some bitch came up to me and she's like, do you have the sandwiches? Because on the bottom of the menu on one side, you didn't sell many, but you had to have like sandwiches of the day, but you didn't really sell them. And so she was, after all that, she's like, do you have the sandwiches of the day list? And I was like, the fuck? Like, okay. And then you're back to work.
Oh, no.
And I don't know what I had. I couldn't remember. My brain was like completely empty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like ham. And then she realized I had she realized how that I was just like completely spazzed out, completely dry.
Yeah.
And she goes, do you have a list from yesterday? And I was like yesterday was a shit show.
Yeah.
And she goes, we'll just do the same from yesterday and hope. And I was like, wicked. That's better than I had.
Yeah. No, I have vague memories of this well-up situation, getting yelled at for the first proper time.
Yeah.
as a young kid
Yeah.
from the head chef that I kind of admired, and I was in a kitchen for the first time
Yeah.
and having to duck out the back door and swallow hard. But the one that reminds me of no crying in the cool room and kind of like this whole concept was my first apprenticeship, 18 years old.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't an apprentice, but I was doing an apprenticeship
Yeah.
technicality. And I went into the cool room and I fucking started crying and I was shuffling
Yeah. That's what you do.
anything in there. And
Yeah.
I was just crying.
Yeah.
And the fucking Jeep dude must have come in and then it just snapped me out of it because he was any weakness.
Yeah.
He was trying to put his finger in your asshole and be a complete cunt. So I just snapped out and just got my thing, whatever it was, picked anything up and I got out of there.
So that is funny because now I remember why I squatted down. Number one, I'm not going to cry in front of a whole restaurant. And number two, the baker would put all the new bread under the bench across to cool down. So I was technically like counting it for what I needed the next day. So I must have been counting the same 3 loaves. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
So I'm squatting down, just fucking sobbing and just,
Yeah.
and then she's come along and going 3, 4. And she's like,
Yeah.
sandwiches. I'm like, man.
Do you know what I just remembered?
You felt, dude, you feel so small, hey?
Oh, horrific.
Yeah.
So the 15 and,
then I had to do the
16,
bread order.
I worked for like basically my first job, and they wanted me to be an apprentice there, but I was doing like a hospitality school thing, and I was just working there 3 or 4 nights a week or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like a motel inn, but it had a good restaurant at that time, a la carte restaurant. So they had a huge, one of those old original stock pots, one of the good ones, round bottom, huge, in a corner,
Right.
giant,
Yeah.
and it had the big handle that poured it out, and it cooked itself. Like it
Oh,
was
I get what you're saying.
all encompassing,
Right,
its
got it.
own one of those, because they were like a motel place, and so it was the most epic stock pot I've ever seen,
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Before, after.
I never wanted to fuck with them.
And I did the classic thing at 15 years old where I poured out all of the stock down the sink
Fuck
and
yes.
kept the
Get
bones.
the bones. Yeah. It's a classic rookie move, and I've only seen it from,
And his face.
yeah, I've only seen it from kitchen hands.
Yeah, well, I was essentially a
Yeah.
fucking, I was
Yeah.
the kitchen hand.
Yeah, I think I might have even talked to you about that, but the same thing happened. A kitchen hand walked up to the chef and goes, look how clean I got this pot. And they were like, cool, man. He was like, yeah, it's fucking dirty. And he was like, cool, man. Okay. This was in the middle of service. So maybe he was like slightly autistic or just super proud he got this, be able to get this stuff off. And then the guy just, because you had, this kitchen there was no docket machines around the place. So you had one docket machine at the pass, and then you had to listen to every call every time and do your timing after that, was whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. So he got through this order just randomly. I didn't know what was going on. So he was calling out this order. It would have been at least a table of 6 because he kept doing it, and then he just stopped and went like, and then ran to the kitchen hand and goes, he's like, where's that fucking pot? And just started to yell. What he'd done, he's thrown out all the jus, and he's cleaned the pot, and he's come out to brag about how clean the pot is. He goes, where's the stuff in it? Where's the stuff in it? And he goes, it's fine. It's it's clean. No, I was just saying I cleaned the pot. He didn't understand. These guys were like, and he was like sweating. He'd thrown out like 3 days of jus.
And
It
no
was-
jus for service.
It was a double. Well, there wouldn't be for the next couple of, So we had to go borrow jus, I remember. I got sent to borrow jus from other restaurants. Yeah.
What do you mean? You walk in the back door?
Yeah, just go, hey, man, and you just tell the story. And they'll give you like a
kitchen
takeaway
hand.
container. And like when we have jus, we'll give you one back. Yeah.
Trading jus?
Yeah. But it's also to save face because, but no one told him to do that. But it was because the guy put the jus was ready, and because it was during service, he put the pot on top of the pot wash. And he may have said, don't wash this, and didn't hear.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
but there's 1,000, if you think about it,
Yeah.
there's 1,000 things going on.
Yeah. But, and also he's like, I washed his pot. He was like,
Yeah.
whatever.
We're notorious for never explaining anything
Yeah.
to anybody
Yeah.
and then yelling about it.
Yeah. So the shortest amount of time possible to say something.
And those early days in kitchens, you're a stupid person.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
Just all
what
day.
you do.
Yeah.
You're so stupid. And that's why it's such a brutal, you know. And it took 10 years, and then you were like, oh, I know what's going on, you
Yeah.
know. And then now you're just like ripping into other people. But a lot of the crying, a lot of the mistakes in that first 2-3 year bracket, it's a hard learning curve
Yeah.
to get that down.
Yeah. I remember even being told, even like in my first year, I was told stuff that I'd just get away with when I was the second year. They were like, you need this amount of this. Why haven't you
Like
done
a
this?
neckerchief.
Fuck neckerchief. Bro, I got laughed at so hard. I did this work experience. I started cooking just because I wanted to know how to cook.
Yeah.
And Mum said I needed to do some shit with my life, so that was it. So I did this pre-apprenticeship, not intending to do an apprenticeship, just doing it. So like they would dress you up in just this neckerchief, this fucking stupid hat, and then
Jesus. Fucking next week, bro. So excited.
What?
So excited.
I'm excited too. I don't know if I'll tell you about that.
I don't know if I'm doing this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I'll
me.
put the whole room on Marketplace. I could double my money. Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast studio.
I'd be very wary of me doing that too because
Someone takes it for $2,000.
I'd just be like, fuck, I only spent $420 on this. Someone's offered me $1,500.
Just
Yeah.
two. I come in here next week. There's just two other people.
And you'd be like, oh, can you bring those real shit mics and the wireless thing you had? We'll just pretend again.
We're back to square one.
Yeah. I like what we got. I like it.
Yeah, it's epic.
I don't know what I was talking about, but I'm sure it's okay.
What's the time? I'm gonna have to actually get out of here.
6 on the dot.
I gotta go get this shit done.
All right. Sweet.
Yeah, we
Should
got a
we end
guest
it?
for next week.
I think so. We'll do it on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
we?
and then every week the guest doesn't show up, and we just continue on.
I think I might be. Yeah. I think I might be like glamping Wednesday, Thursday night, something like that.
For what?
So just the products my wife sells, her company sells, and then they're like, just try out these products. Yeah, they just take you camping. It's the best way I can describe it.
And then they
The
take
amount of listening I did, I'm sure.
They
Yeah.
take photos of you doing it.
No, I just think it's like product testing, I suppose you'd call it.
Okay, we can dig into that at some point. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Camping
Yeah,
equipment.
and I'm assuming they just let you keep it. This is just something I just take for granted, maybe. This is not what we do all the time. It's just like, do you want to do this? So now it's just rushed to me that I've got something on a Wednesday AM, and then I think we're camping.
We're also gonna go to other people's restaurants and do this thing on the road.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited about that. I reckon we can pack it up. I'm a good packer. I'm a good. Just give me one nice crate that it all perfectly
Yeah.
fits into.
Tetris plus chefing.
Dude,
Fucking get out of here.
like we don't need half this shit. Well, kind of do, but like I mean, like these boom arms and things like that.
Yeah.
Fucking easy as peasy, mate.
Mm.
I reckon I've already got a crate in my head that I want to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think next week, origin stories
Yeah,
for sure. How
Yeah.
we started. I love the crying stuff. That list
yeah,
of experiences.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the core nuts of like how we actually started as chefs.
yeah.
Because technically,
I wrote a list of like interesting stories too that I keep thinking I'll just add it to the list
well, and
just for me because I'll forget them.
the
and
thing
then
that I
things
love about
flow.
it, as soon as we start talking about the history of stuff, memories just come flooding in, like the stock pot thing.
I was doing it
whatever.
today with my mate Mick. He messaged me and goes, "Where can we like look at this? Where can we watch your podcast?" And I was obviously nowhere still. Suck it. And then things he would say, like, because he was watching me on a different podcast, and he was like, watching you tell that story triggered me, and then I remembered this, and I was like, I was like, this is what it's like when you
when
should
you
come
start-
on and have a chat.
I
man.
think that's the crux
That's-
of the podcast.
Yeah.
Is like you get people in here, and
Yeah.
you start whipping up chef stuff,
Yeah.
and then all of it comes out.
Yeah, but this is what kind of what we talked about when we very first met, or when we met at we were talking at the comedy shows backstage, is
Yeah.
that like it's just what it is around the bins when you're having your
Yes.
staff meal or
The chopping boards.
pretending you're smoking and just literally sitting down at the back or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you set up a chopping board across from another dude
Yeah.
and you just
For no reason.
go for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got your 9/11 conspiracies
Yeah.
or whatever. But my favorite part is, I would love, like, because the thing I love about the guest is the guest comes in and we talk to them about what they're doing or what they used to do, and then all of a sudden it just brings up 15 years of your life
Yeah.
that you've forgotten about.
We'll get Perro back too because he's keen.
Big fan too. He is hilarious.
Yeah. But that's what I mean is like a third person is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got 2 cameras and 3 people.
Yeah. How good is it?
I got to go do this show.
All right, let's go.